Hey Raiders fans, today we're diving deep into what could be a defining year for Tyrie Wilson, the defensive end who has been on the radar since the Raiders picked him 7th overall. A couple of drafts ago, there's always a bit of uncertainty when a team drafts a player with raw potential, especially someone who might not have the polished technique right out of the gate, but shines in athletic ability. It's a gamble many franchises take, hoping the fundamentals catch up with the natural talent. And while it doesn't always pan out, the Raiders still believe Wilson has a chance to be a real difference maker on defense. Wilson's journey hasn't been straightforward. In his rookie season, he faced setbacks, including a foot injury that limited his time on the field, making that year feel like a blur for him. It was tough to get a true read on what he could bring because the injury kept him from showing his full range. Moving into his second year, there were signs of growth. He began to understand the pace and complexity of the game better, and his physical tools started meshing with his developing instincts. But there was still a gap between potential and consistent production, and that's what everyone has been waiting to see him close. Now, as he approaches the 2025 season, the pressure and expectations ramp up. This year isn't just another season for Wilson, it's a make-or-break moment. He's still on his rookie contract, which means the next 12 months could very well determine the trajectory of his career with the Raiders. Whether the team decides to offer him a contract extension or allow him to enter free agency hinges on how much he can elevate his game and prove he's ready to be a cornerstone on defense. Wilson himself is clear on what's at stake. He's not shying away from the weight of this season. In recent interviews, he's been candid about feeling settled and more confident in his role. He's no longer overwhelmed by the speed of the game, and he senses that his reaction times and overall impact are finally catching up to his physical gifts. This growing maturity and self-awareness are crucial because the Raiders are counting on him to step up, especially with questions lingering around Malcolm Kuntz, who is still recovering from a major ACL injury. What makes this situation so interesting is that Wilson's progress feels like it's happening in real time. From OTA letters to training camp, and now heading into the regular season, the improvement is tangible. He's been putting in the work, and his teammates are expecting a bigger contribution. This isn't just about personal success, it's about helping the Raiders shore up their defensive front, which has been a key focus for the franchise. If Wilson can make the leap everyone hopes for, the defense will be in a much stronger position heading into the next chapter of the team's rebuild. There's always been debate around players taken high in the draft who take longer to develop. Some critics might have already written Wilson off, saying he hasn't yet lived up to the expectations of a top 10 pick. But it's important to remember the context. Young defensive ends often need time to refine their technique, gain strength, and read offenses better. That's especially true in a complex system like Las Vegas runs, where patience can pay off big in the long run. Wilson's third season is that crucial test of whether the potential translates into consistent production and game-changing plays. The Raiders' front office and coaching staff have shown they believe in his upside. They understand that rushing his development won't help anyone. Instead, they're giving him the space to grow while also expecting him to take on more responsibility. This balance is tricky, but if Wilson handles it well, it could set the foundation for a long and productive career in the silver and black. From Wilson's perspective, the last couple of years have been a roller coaster of challenges and learning experiences. That foot injury in his first season was a tough hurdle, but it also gave him time to study the game from the sidelines and mentally prepare for what was coming. Year 2 brought more playing time and opportunities to show his skill set, but also exposed areas where he needed to improve, like reaction speed and consistency. Now, entering year 3, all those lessons are coming together, and he's feeling ready to make that impact. The anticipation among Raiders fans is palpable because they know the team's defensive success depends heavily on players like Wilson stepping up. With Malcolm Kuntz's uncertain return timeline from his ACL tear, Wilson's role becomes even more vital. The defensive end position is demanding, requiring a blend of speed, strength, and technique to pressure quarterbacks and disrupt plays. Wilson's physical traits have always been there, but 2025 might be the year where the mental and technical side catches up, allowing him to dominate more consistently. Another layer to this story is the contract situation. With Wilson's rookie deal expiring after next season, 2025 serves as both a proving ground and a negotiation period. If he shows he can be a cornerstone player, the Raiders will likely push to secure his services long term. On the flip side, if the leap doesn't happen, the team might face tough decisions about whether to invest further or look elsewhere. That dynamic adds intensity to the season, as Wilson isn't just playing for personal pride, but for his future with the franchise. It's worth noting that the pressure Wilson talks about isn't just about external expectations. He seems to carry an internal drive to validate the team's faith in him. Hearing him say this is the biggest year suggests a maturity and focus that can often be the difference maker for young players. Instead of being overwhelmed, he's embracing the challenge, which bodes well for his ability to handle the ups and downs of a grueling NFL campaign. The journey of Tyrie Wilson is a reminder of how complex player development can be, especially for defensive ends who often have to balance raw physical talent with the nuances of technique and game awareness. Watching him evolve from a promising rookie hampered by injury to a more confident player ready to take a major step forward is fascinating for Raiders fans. It's a storyline packed with hope, potential, and a healthy dose of what if. So, as we gear up for the 2025 season, eyes will be on Wilson to see if he can translate that potential into consistent impact on the field, the team, the fans. And Wilson himself know this season is pivotal. The question remains, will this be the year he finally cements himself as a key piece of the Raiders' defense? Everything points to yes, but as always in sports, the proof is in the performance. Looking ahead, the Raiders' defensive front could really hinge on Wilson's development, especially with the uncertainty surrounding other key players. Malcolm Koonce's ACL injury left a big question mark, and if he can't return to full strength right away, the pressure to fill that gap intensifies. Wilson stepping up not only helps cover that loss, but could shift the entire dynamic of the defense. When a player like Wilson finds his rhythm, it forces offenses to account for him, which in turn opens opportunities for his teammates. That kind of impact ripple effect is exactly what the Raiders need. Wilson has shown flashes of that ability before. When he's on, his speed off the edge and ability to disrupt plays can change the momentum of a game, but to really cement himself, consistency is key. That's been the missing piece in his first 2 seasons. The challenge for him is maintaining that high level of play week in and week out, through the grind of a long NFL schedule. The Raiders coaching staff has been working with him on the details: hand placement, footwork, reading offensive schemes, all the subtle but critical elements that separate good defensive ends from elite ones. What's encouraging is Wilson's attitude. He's publicly acknowledged the hard work ahead and seems to embrace the challenge. That mindset can't be overstated in terms of importance. It's often the mental game that separates players who plateau from those who push through and break out. Wilson is at that crossroads, and how he handles this pivotal season could define his trajectory in the league. The fact that he feels like he has his feet under him suggests a confidence that might be the spark he needs, beyond just personal growth. There's also the bigger picture for the Raiders. The defense has had its struggles, and finding reliable playmakers is a priority. Wilson developing into a dependable defensive end would be a major step in shoring up that side of the ball. Pass rush is one of the most valuable commodities in today's NFL because it can change games in an instant. If Wilson can become that disruptive force, it gives the Raiders a much-needed edge. This season will also be a testing ground for how well the Raiders' coaching and development staff can nurture young talent. The transition from promising rookie to impact player isn't easy, and not every first-round pick makes that leap. But Wilson's path so far shows promise. He's already overcome adversity, adjusted to the pace of the professional game, and is now entering a phase where the physical tools meet refined technique. If all those pieces come together, we might be witnessing the start of a breakout season. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders, and don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A tantalizing rumor is circulating through NFL circles, suggesting a potential blockbuster signing that could reshape the Las Vegas Raiders' backfield. JAVONTE Williams, while nothing is concrete, the mere mention of the Denver Broncos' talented running back joining their AFC West rivals has ignited a firestorm of speculation among fans and analysts alike. The possibility of Williams in silver and black has been the subject of hushed conversations and fervent online discussions. Imagine the dynamic one-two punch he could form alongside an established presence, or the fresh energy he'd bring to an offense looking for a new identity on the ground. Despite his recent injury history, Williams' undeniable talent and bruising running style make him an attractive, albeit speculative, target. Sources close to the situation, who wish to remain anonymous, have hinted at preliminary discussions, though the extent of these talks remains shrouded in secrecy. The Raiders' interest in a powerful runner is no secret, and Williams, when healthy, fits that mold perfectly. His ability to break tackles and gain tough yardage aligns with the gritty football philosophy, often championed in Las Vegas. However, the financial implications and his recovery timeline would undoubtedly be major factors in any potential deal. This is all still very much in the realm of what if, but the sheer volume of whispers suggests there might be more to this rumor than just idle gossip. Could we see Javonte Williams trading his Broncos jersey for a Raiders one? Only time will tell, but the thought alone is enough to keep the NFL rumor mill churning. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.